Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Welcoming you all to the 210th meeting of our Vellore Toastmasters Club. So, this April marks the new beginning of a financial year 2025-26. So, I wish you all a very happy and profitable financial new year. Thank you. The mission of every Toastmasters Club is to provide a positive and supportive learning experience where members are empowered to develop their leadership and communication skills, leading to greater self-confidence and personal growth. Since we do not have any new guests, I will straight away tell the rules to be followed. Number 1, please put your mobile phones on silent mode. Number 2, please do not enter or exit. You can enter and exit only if you hear the sound of applause. And the third one is learn, interact and have fun throughout the meeting. Now, I welcome the presiding officer for today, Toastmaster Karen.
Thank you so much. Let's give a big round of applause for Toastmaster Monica. She's making a great splash at the district level. All the very best to Monica and her team. So very good morning, fellow Toastmasters, and very sadly we do not have guests today. And I would like to resound the gong and declare meeting number 210 open. How was all your week? How was all your week is a wrong sentence. How was the week that went by for all of you? Good, great, sort of, okay. So my week was quite busy because we were organizing the autism awareness program in our department. So the month of April is for autism awareness, and we try to pledge solidarity to people who are on the spectrum, on the autism spectrum, and also we try to encourage the general public to have a better understanding about this neurodiversity and the issues that people who are on the spectrum that they face. So I just, as part of introducing something to our club, I just have a book which I want to give to Toastmaster Nandini, because I think at the moment she will have time to read. Everybody else is like quite busy. Don't get alarmed, but this is called Elda Payanam. It's a story of a mother and her journey with her son who's on the spectrum. So I think you could read and then we can circulate it. Thank you so much. So other than that, we have a couple of announcements. Next week, we have half our team that's going to represent our club and going to conduct the area contest in Hosur. So some of our senior members are going there. And the rest of us, we are going to, where are we going? Dimensions. Yeah, we are going there. So our best wishes to both the teams, and I hope that everything goes on well for both the teams. Now, last week Toastmaster Nandini said that I didn't tell a cookie story, so I think I have 1 minute to tell a cookie story. So there was this king in Persia. So he was, betrayed by his lady love. Ever since, what he started to do is he had enormous hatred for women. What he'll do is he would marry, he would bring them to be with him for one night, and the next morning the woman would be beheaded. And this kept going for a long time. You can imagine in that entire country, all the women were so scared about when their turn would come, because eventually their turn would have to come. There was this very wise woman in that land who had a strategy. You know what her strategy was? Anybody? She got married to this man. She went for her first night and she started telling a story. Okay? And when the cliffhanger came, the most important part, she said that to be continued. This guy was like so engrossed in the story that he was like, I have to listen to this. So he said, okay, she's not going to be headed for one day. One more day, I'll extend her life. This went on for 1001 night. At the end of it, Sher Shah was a transformed man. Okay? He kind of, from all the stories that she shared, he was able to understand value, he was able to look at life differently, and he was a completely transformed man. Now we have our very own storyteller. He's none other than our little nibble. Everybody knows Tom and Jerry, right? Have you seen one blue color kutti mouse with the diaper that keeps running? We have one person who's going to come and set the stage on fire. It's none other than our own nibbles, Toastmaster John.
I'm going to keep that introduction for myself. When MC is asking me, John, can I have your introduction? I will say that.
I'm nibble.
Mouse with the pampers. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much for coming on a Sunday morning. This means a lot because we woke up this morning and said I'm going to work on myself and I'm going to be going to this Toastmasters and spending my day. Getting into the theme of the day, I'm very excited about the theme of the day because yesterday I got to be part of this panel discussion and I was very excited to be sharing my thoughts on what AI is doing to the humankind itself. And there was a very healthy discussion. There was an AI expert itself and he was also talking a lot about how AI is evolving. And turns out we did not have a TMOD for today, and I was thinking, okay, let me take this topic only and say how AI is actually going to replace Toastmasters. No, don't worry. We will still be here, but AI will function and do a great job in effectively running this meeting also soon to come. Okay, because like this update itself, we have a lot happening on our website itself on analyzing our speech and doing a lot of things like that. Okay, first let me start with one confession. Did you guys notice? Some of you would have noticed that I did a different speech for my club competition and my division competition. And area competition. And do you also know that I'm working on another speech? I actually did not start working on the speech at all, and I think closer to the speech I will start working on a new speech for my division competition. You know who's giving me that much dharyam in world? ChatGPT. You know what I did? So here is something that you can also do. I have a very trained ChatGPT chat. I can share it with the group later on. But you know what I did? I copied all of the best speeches across the world. All of the award-winning Toastmaster speeches, put it on ChatGPT and told ChatGPT saying, ChatGPT, learn and find out all the amazing things that all of these people have done. ChatGPT gave me one big thing. Did you see that the Substack article that I put? I did not write it, ChatGPT wrote it. Okay, so they basically wrote on what Dhananjaya did, what each of these speakers did, what stood out for them, what are the techniques that they did, all of these things. It learned first. I got ChatGPT to learn first. Then I told ChatGPT, now that you know all the award-winning, amazing things that anybody should do to create their speech for the competition, I am participating in my club level competition. I want you to draft a speech for me. It drafted a speech for me. Now I told ChatGPT saying, yes, perfectly works. That is where your authentic expression comes into place. Where I told ChatGPT, I am great at my body language. I am good with my expressions. I am also a mime artist. Can you rewrite the script to fit my flow? And ChatGPT wrote it for me. Now I told ChatGPT, don't worry about any of these things you wrote for me right now, because I want to talk about this particular incident that happened in my life. And gave the whole incident to ChatGPT and asked ChatGPT, hey, can you write it for me? And it wrote it for me. Now, did I take that speech and come here and do the speech? No, I told this in front of my wife and children. They just spat on the speech. Because they were like, why are you talking like a ChatGPT? It's like, yeah, correct. Now what do? I re-rehearse it and make it my own. And then I made the whole speech here and I came here and did it. Now I know what exactly ChatGPT is doing, but all that, not just that, whatever I rewrote, I fed it back into ChatGPT and said, hey, these are the choices of words that I'm using. Please remember this for my future speeches. Today, for all of the 3 segments that I'm going to be talking as TMOD, is completely trained by ChatGPT, given by ChatGPT. And I'm here talking to you and telling you what exactly it told me. But it's not about just like being lazy and taking it and coming in and doing it here, okay? It's about saying, anytime I want to prepare for a speech, I want to take a blank paper, sit and wonder what to do. But ChatGPT gets me to start from level 80 and take it to 100. So I just have to work on the 20%, but still put in that work and make it my own, so it goes at par from what people will start from 0 and bring it around 60. I will start from 80 and bring it to 100. And that is where the whole idea of AI comes into place. Okay, so the next segment I'm going to be telling you about some amazing tools that we could be using also to get better at our speeches. But before that, I would like to introduce the, we don't have any guests, so quickly running through the first segment of prepared speeches, and the second segment of evaluation, and third segment of, the second segment of table topics where on the spot topics will be given to you, and third segment of evaluation for all the things that we are going through this meeting. And having said that, spoken about evaluation, without further ado, I would like to invite the general evaluator of the day, the most amazing Toastmaster Monika on stage.
So, as a general evaluator, I will have an eagle eye on everything that takes place throughout the meeting for today. I'm not just going to do that alone. I have a convocation to watch even more carefully. Now I call the timer Toastmaster Nandini to come and explain her role.
Good morning everyone. I am the timer for today's meeting. My role as a timer is to watch whether you people are sticking to your allotted time or not. And we have 3 segments. First, prepared speech. The time limit is about 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will show the green card. At 6 minutes, I will show the yellow card. At 7 minutes, I will show the red card. And we have 30 seconds of buffer time on either side of the speeches. If you exceed more than 7 minutes 30 seconds or less than 5 minutes 30 seconds, they will be disqualified. When it comes to table topic, the time limit is about 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will show the green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I will show the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will show the red card. If you exceed more than 2.5 minutes, you will be disqualified. When it comes to evaluation, the time limit is about 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will show the green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will show the yellow card. At 3 minutes, I will show the red card. We have a buffer time of about 30 seconds on either side of the speeches. If you exceed more than 3 minutes 30 seconds or less than 1 minute 30 seconds, you will be disqualified. Let's beat the clock and not let the clock to beat us. Over to general evaluator.
Thank you, timer, for explaining the role perfectly. Now I request our counter for today, Toastmaster Ranjita, to come and explain the role. Okay, there is a change. I request our counter, Toastmaster Samuel, to come and explain the role.
So, good morning guys. So, how many have had breakfast? So, actually, I'm playing the role of our counter. So, before I'm going to do what I'm saying, what I'm going to do, why our counter is important, I'm going to explain with a short incident I come across. So, in one of my previous companies where I work, we work with the clients for investment advisories. So, I have a particular colleague who speaks good and his advices are also with the standard of the company. But when a client asks a question, he start with 2 seconds of and he start to answer it. It's actually true. He normally speaks like that. If even like asking what you have ate today, he used to say, bro, idli. He normally speaks like that. So what happened when he started to speak like that, his clients, his allotted clients who are more than 500 plus clients, they started to ask him for a superior advisory team members. So he lost lot of clients because of the one word up. So why? Because it shows the lack of confidence in his advisory. So when we are going to give the speech, when we use the filler words of or, it's going to show the lack of confidence and our confusion in the stage. So as an founder, I am going to give the report on the every speeches where our Toastmasters give, and I am going to say how many filler words they are given used. Thank you. Over to you, Chandra.
Thank you, our counter, for the day. Now I request our grammarian for today, Toastmaster Ranjita, to explain her words.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Today I took up the role grammarian, or should I say, I'm your artificial intelligence to detecting your grammatical mistakes and awkward passes. Today I'm going to track your repeated phrases and also the strong phrases. I notice all the filler words are you know, and all other verbal glitches that you use in your speeches. At the end of the meeting, I'll generate my friendly report, not in a judgment, a friendly data-driven feedback to upgrade your software. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ranjita. Now I request our listener for today, Toastmaster Kritika, to come and explain her rules.
Good morning, my dear fellow Toastmasters. In life, we all love speaking, don't we? We always wanted to put our opinions and we always wanted to talk about ourselves. But in how many places are we an active listener? Sometimes we listen, but our mind would be wandering somewhere. Today, I'm going to be a listener and test your listening skills. At the end of the meeting, I'll come up with my questionnaire to test your skills. Thank you. Over to you,
Thank you. At the end of the meeting, we will come up with all our reports. All the very best to all the speakers and role players for today. Now I request our TM Moody to come and take over the session.
In a moment, we are going to be listening to an amazing speech, a nostalgic journey which I did like one week back, and I'm looking forward to this speech also. It's a 10 to 12 minute long speech which is reflecting on the pathway of what Toastmaster Carolyn has gone through. Before I introduce Toastmaster Carolyn, I would like to invite Toastmaster Vani to come here and introduce the speech of Toastmasters.
My target speaker is Toastmaster Carolyn. She is doing her level 5 in project 3 in level 5, pathway presentation mastery. The purpose of this project is for the member to reflect on their growth during the completion of an entire path, and the purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of their growth during the completion of a path. All the best, Toastmaster Carolyn. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Let's put our hands together for Toastmaster Carolyn to come here. Toastmaster Carolyn, Becoming Me, a Journey of Vulnerability and Versatility on the TM stage, Toastmaster stage. Becoming Me, a Journey to Vulnerability and Versatility on the Toastmaster stage.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster John. So, it was May 23rd, 2023. It's a red letter day for me because that was the day I was introduced into this beautiful family of VTC. As for most of you, the person who was instrumental in getting me here was, no guesses, Toastmaster Bharat. So he was the presiding officer, and the members at that time, they warmly welcomed me into this family. The minute I joined the group, suddenly my WhatsApp notification, it started having lot of these sparkles, pop, 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 pop. Suddenly I was like, like completely overwhelmed. Some DCP points, some distinguished Toastmasters, some president. I was like totally overwhelmed. What is happening? I didn't want to underline my ignorance, so I just kept quiet and I was watching all the fun. Within 2-3 weeks, the election came. This was in June, mid-June. And Bharat was like, all the time he kept calling me and he kept telling, you should take up some XCOM role. He's like, I'm barely into this thing. I know nothing about Toastmasters. I know nothing about what is happening here. Give me a while, Bharat. He said, no. You will be the treasurer. Oh my God, no election, no nothing. Only some 7 members. Each person has to do some role. So I was the treasurer. That was my first role. Then followed by, for the first meeting, he said, you will be the grammarian. I am like, treasurer, grammarian, what is all of this? I am like completely super confused as to what is happening in here. And that time meeting used to happen at 11:30 to 1:45. You can just imagine, on a Sunday morning, the mother is missing. Okay, I'm just going and locking myself inside and I'm talking to strangers. My kid's like, what is with her? What is wrong with mama? She is like not even going to church. She's like doing all kinds of, her whole routine has changed after she's, and all the time it will be like, yes Bharat, okay Kaushik, and Naveen yes, and like, what is happening to her? They were very, very confused. So the first few weeks was a breeze. I used to love listening to stories, so I will give rapt attention to every prepared speech. When it comes to table topic and everything else, I'll put my camera on this thing and I'll go and I'll oil my hair, I'll be in a bun and I'll be cooking and things like that. And then Bharat, at the end of the meeting, he'll say, and I want all of you to switch on your cameras and, give your beautiful smile. I'll be like, I don't think I should be doing that. So whatever, days went by and I was nowhere in, looking at my pathway, and I was just enjoying myself with all the lovely speeches, but I was not okay to take anything beyond tag role and, very, very basic level roles. After the XCOM meeting, some of the girl gang, they completely vanished. There was no Saumini, no Darshini, no Mahalakshmi, no Shravani. Everybody went off and I was left with Backstreet Boys. Some 5 boys were there. And I'm like, oh God, you still have that peer pressure, no? When everybody is doing something, you also have that thought. Should I also scoot out? I think this is the right time for me to leave. Then I thought, what will I do? There was Monish, Trivedan, Kalai, and Bharat and Kaushik. 6 of us. And they are only the audience, they are only the XCOM, you need to go and give speech in front of them. I was like, oh God, what am I doing? Should I really continue or what should I do? I was like in one crossroad. I thought, it's okay. After joining Toastmasters, I learned to be shameless. Jo bhi ho. Hone do. No problem. Still, life goes on. There is nothing. You just learn to fall and then you learn to get up. That is all that there is in life. There is nothing that is beyond that. After a point of time, Bharat pushed me to give my icebreaker. He pushed me to join the pathway, and there were 11 options at that time, and I chose presentation mastery. I really at this point would like to thank my mentors, Toastmaster Vikram and Toastmaster Sridevi, all my initial speeches and some of my other important speeches. Their feedback really helped me to refine and make my craft my speech, understand my style, and it really helped me develop. So while going through the pathway, all of you would know that it is a time-tested methodology to give a winning speech. And apart from personal growth, I really value one important entity in Toastmasters. Can any one of you say what is very important in Toastmasters? What makes Toastmasters stand out? Or what is the secret sauce when it comes to Toastmasters? Any one of you can share. What do you think is very important? All of us are mentors. All of us have evaluators, all of us have the tag team to help us polish and make our speeches better. But what is very important? Comfort. What else? Sorry?
Going through the pathway.
Going through the pathway. It's about knowing your audience. I somehow feel this stage and the audience is what makes all the difference. It makes all the difference. Because when you're doing it online, you don't have that feel of people looking at you and the presence and the vibe. It is so important to have the presence of people looking at you and watching, taking notes. It means that you are delivering something of value. So one important thing I learned from the entire path is the moment you step on the stage, it's not about you. It's about the value that you add or the understanding that you share with the people. The most important people in a meeting is not you, it's the audience. This was something very, very important that I learned, and I really, really thank Vellore Toastmasters and all the people who have given me feedback and who have invested in my life their time and their knowledge. I really, really thank every member from whatever small role that they have played to a great role of maybe a mentor or a club president. Whatever role they have played, it has really helped me build and refine my speeches. And I would really like to encourage people who are just starting their journey to take it very, very seriously and not to be like me. 6 months, no path, no nothing. I didn't do anything. I just came and had a very good time. Then came with responsibilities come, with power comes lot of responsibilities. Says Spider-Man. Same thing here with Toastmasters. Second term, I wanted to be VP Ed. I didn't know where I was going, what is going to happen there. The moment I got all respect to Toastmaster John for doing it for 1 year, and Toastmaster Nandini and Toastmaster Sharanya, amazing thing it is. But the minute you go there, you're kind of pushing yourself to be an example for others. So if I have to tell other people you do your path or do your projects, then I better do it myself. You will not believe, within 3 months, 4 months, I finished 3 levels. 1, 2, 3. All after becoming VP Ed. Till then I was chill pill. No. Bharat used to say, how can you be like this? Please do it. I was like, no, Bharat. But I'm like really grateful for the roles and opportunities that the club gives. Some very treasured and memorable moments that I have shared in over the last 1.98 months is taking up the role as contest master in D and C. That happened in December 2023. I was like really excited to go for that. I had a small injury, and for the first time a contest master sat and conducted the entire contest. You can imagine, after that I became a point of reference. Every district leader who comes here will say, yeah, we know Carolyn from BTC. She sat and she conducted the contest. Okay, so I have done my share of goof-ups also. Second thing is, for Decibel, when I was asked to do the MC, I came up with this Lady Gaga theme, and that was also super fun, and it was the first time that I was letting my hair loose. I was just enjoying every moment of that. The third thing is the contest that just took place. It was a mixed emotion. I really wanted to do a good job at the area level, and I kept writing and rewriting my script so many times. Every time I have some 12 or 13 printouts and several editions of the same story. Like every waking moment, I'm like, how can I make this better? I take the last paragraph, I put it in the first, and then I'll be like on flashback. So hard I worked towards that. And when the dates came out, I was super disappointed because on that same date, okay, 3 days, I was having, from my work, I had to attend a meeting online, and it was happening according to the US time. It was so difficult for me to focus and do it. And I was at the verge of giving up. I wanted to say, I think I will back out. I do not want to go and make a fool of myself at the content, at the area level. And I was this close to like, okay, I was like super sleepy. When we went for breakfast, I was sleeping there. On the bus, I was sleeping. I was like really tired, and I thought that, I think, anyway, Toastmaster John is there. He's going to he's going to do us the honors. I think I should just sleep it off and I should not be going. But I thought the more difficult thing is, no, even if it backfires, even if you don't win, and I was disqualified by 2 seconds. That's what Toastmaster Samuel told me. It was hard, but it was such a beautiful learning. It was such a beautiful learning. And therefore, fellow Toastmasters, I really, before I get again disqualified, I will leave the stage. And Toastmasters is like Shah Rukh Khan. Bazigar, oh Bazigar, no? Waiting for you with open arms. And therefore, please embrace your journey. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Okay, 2 things. One is for the people that have done all of these things, to go back to your memories and do this, like go through the journey one more time. But for many of us who have not done a lot of those roles, to just like look forward to go there and goof up and do this, and that way when we reflect on our pathways also, we're going to be sharing a lot more stories of the coming days. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So let's move on to the next speaker of the day.
1 minute.
Oh, sorry. 1 minute silence, and there's a form that is shared in the group also for us to give a 360-degree feedback. And yeah, timer, let me know when you want to pass. Okay. It's time for me to introduce the next speaker. I'm going to be playing 3 roles right now. As the TM Moody and the evaluator, and again the TM Moody and the person. Okay, so this person that is going to be talking is Toastmaster Karthikeyan, and anytime Toastmaster Karthikeyan comes up on stage to do anything on stage, we are all going to go like, oh my god, what is he going to do today? Today it's his prepared speech, and you know what the purpose of his speech is? The purpose is to find his sense of humor, know his sense of humor, and the purpose, he's supposed to be taking a lot of stories, and from the stories present a speech that includes humor. He's doing his level 3 project 2 on his pathway of visionary communication. Without further ado, please put your hands together. Oh, the topic. I've already got into the fan mode. Okay. Toastmaster Karthikeyan, gain pain in a train. Gain pain in a train. Toastmaster Karthikeyan.
Thank you, Toastmaster John. Okay, no prizes for guessing what is this noise all about. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Who has not traveled in a train here? I think most of you would have, because train is an indispensable mode of transport in India, and Indian Railways is the fourth largest railways in the world. It covers around 68,000 kilometers, runs approximately 13,000 trains, and carries 2.4 crores of people every day. It's a mind-boggling figure. So you would have been, or you will be one of them all at any time or sometime in your lifetime. As a child, the sight of the train would be giving you mixed emotions. One is of fear, because a huge monster coming at a great speed with huge noise. And secondly, all of us as a child would have really going in for the priced window seat and keep looking out the window and wondering why these trees are running behind so fast, not realizing that it is a train that is running. So we all cross that stage, and we as an adult use train as a most preferred mode of transport because of certain gains that is offered by a train journey. That is what I am going to talk in the first part of the speech. The most important advantage in traveling in a train is you are free to get up and walk whenever you want, which you can't do in a car or a bus or even in a flight, because when the seat belt sign is on, if you even try to stand, I have seen the air hostesses running like the headmistress of a school, shouting, "Sit down, sit down, sit down." So, though you may be paying a very high fare, you don't have the liberty to even stand up in the flight. But with the train, you have all freedom to walk around the whole coach, even go to the next coach if it is a vestibular train. And secondly, the train is a very economical mode of transport. The cost per kilometer in a second class sitting is around 50 paise. And in the first AC sleeper is around 4 to 5 rupees. Still a lot cheaper than a car, which would cost you 6 rupees, plus the toll fee, which will be mostly more than the cost of the petrol. So this is the most attractive feature of the train journey. Third is, I was a sales engineer to start with. It suited my natural wanderlust. I am a travel bug. I love to travel. So the job of a sales engineer was requiring enormous travel. So it suited my character. So I was happily enjoying the travel and doing my job as well. And the major advantage in the train journey is that you can use the night to travel comfortably, almost as comfortably as you can sleep in your home if you are traveling in a berth, and use the daytime for your work. So that offers you a very big advantage of not wasting a useful daytime for a professional. And nowadays it's become a lot easier to book your train tickets, like with a mobile app. You can book your ticket in a few minutes. And the trains have become so fast with the advent of Shatabdi, Rajdhani and the latest Vande Bharat. You can reach your destination so quickly and so comfortably. So these are all the gains of train journey. Now let us come to the pains that a train journey can give you. What do you think is the most disturbing factor in traveling in a train?
Buying the ticket, sir.
No, that has become a lot easier, he said. Crowd, yes, crowd if it is northeast.
Public speaking.
No, I would think, because I am used to the Japanese culture of working, because I have been working with them for 20 years. Delay is the most irritating factor of Indian railways. And the average delay, of any Indian train is 35 to 40 minutes, which means that you should be prepared to reach your destination 30 minutes late in any case. The average is, and compared to the Japanese Shinkansen, the bullet train, the average delay is less than 10 seconds. And any other Japanese train would be less than 50 seconds. So this delay is something unbearable by the Indian railway system. And most important is, once a train gets delayed by more than an hour, then you'll never be able to tell how long it is going to be further delayed. It can be 2 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, or it can be on time also. They would make a while, I missed a train like that. And second most disturbing factor is cleanliness of both the coaches and the stations. And the coaches can be horribly dirty, particularly the washrooms. The big advantage in a train is the washroom, which you don't have in a bus or a car. But then it becomes unusable because it's so dirty. Once I accidentally saw in my Japanese friend's mobile that he has taken a photograph of the toilet in the washroom. I was horrified. I asked him why. He told me that when I tell my friends in Japan that the Indian trains have open toilets, that the excrement would fall on the track, they don't believe. That's why I've taken a photograph. That is, James Bond is licensed to shoot and kill. And Indian Railways was licensed to shit and stink. So, then nowadays bio-toilets have come, and hopefully we don't have the excrement falling all over the country. And third is, many fixtures don't work. Fan, light, sometimes AC. And funniest thing is, you have 4 to 5 latches in the washroom door, and none will work. So you have to keep holding it in one hand while you use the washroom. And fourth is, the quality of food served is terrible. You can fall sick, or it is adulterated food all the times, or stale food. So you have to be very careful in consuming anything that is served on a train. Well, you have pains and gains, but still a train journey is very enjoyable, and wish you all a happy train journey all the time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmasters.
So we'll take a minute for the evaluator to compose his thoughts and make a note of it. And the 360-degree evaluation form is shared in the group. And please give your side of feedback to the speech also. Timer, let me know when you Okay, welcome back. Put your hands together so you're all back on time. Hope you had a good snack. Okay, awesome. So we have moved from the era of learning from somebody to thinking like somebody. Have you noticed that? Not yet. Let me tell you what exactly this means. Okay, you can right now go to an AI and tell saying, hey, this person is somebody who has accomplished really great in my specific field. I would like you to think like that person to answer all the questions that I asked you. What would this person do in this particular situation? Or how would they build their company? How would they put up their system in place? I am based out of Vellore. I have this very small office space here, and I would like you to think like this person who is the greatest speaker of all times, and give me advice on how I can also become the greatest speaker of all times. It's a question that you can ask ChatGPT and it will give you the answer to it. So if that is the case, if you cannot just learn from somebody but actually think like somebody, who would you think from? Who will want to go? You will have a lot of people, no?
So I didn't get it.
Like if I have to think like a thought leader in my specific area, so like I keep always asking ChatGPT saying, what would the founder of Toastmaster have done if he was in my position of starting a new program for people? And again ask ChatGPT saying, give me timelines on what I should be doing at what time. Give me clear implementable structures. What kind of team do I need? All of that. But from that person's perspective. So the sentence will start like saying, think yourself as the founder of Toastmasters and da 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 da. Think of yourself as the Ogilvy. Ogilvy is the marketing genius. Carl Clausen. What did they do?
He was the chief of Nissan cars, the automobile king. Like
nice.
The day he joins any automobile company, that day the shares of the company will go up by 10%.
Wow. So what if I can put a prompt to ChatGPT saying, think like this person and give me a strategy on dash 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 dash. Yeah, that's where we are. That's why for me it's speaking right now. So I'm thinking like different people, Zig Ziglar, Dhananjaya, and all of these people. If you go back to my previous 2 speeches, you will see a pattern with some speaker out there. I will give that to you as a homework to see who is that speaker that John don't like. Okay, so that's the idea behind this. So now that's the point of the whole AI itself. It's not like saying refer to them, what did they do, you know, those books that we get from like those white color books saying entrepreneurial story of Nike, what we can learn from Reebok, what we can learn from like different Pepsi, those books. Now it's not what we learn from them. We can literally tell ChatGPT, this is the situation I am in. I don't have money with me, I don't have team with me, but I would like to become like that person. Give me ideas. Yeah? Okay, so just keep thinking about this. I am coming back with the tools in the next session. Okay? Now, without further ado, we are getting into the most exciting part of our meeting, which is the table topics. And table topics is done by none other than our own table topics, master of table topics, Toastmasters Aranya. Please put your hands together.
I would welcome you all to the table topic segment. So table topic is an impromptu speech. You can speak about 1 to 2 minutes. So before entering the segment, I would like to call our grammarian to introduce the word of the day.
First of all, I take a moment to apologize. I missed you to introduce the word of the day. So I'm gonna introduce now. The word of the day is dimension. It means some kind of measurement or aspect that helps to define or categorize something. For example, when I forgot my speech, panic added a whole new dimension to my performance. Can anyone try? Using this part in a sentence.
The dimension with the side word to the name is very bad.
Excellent, sir. Okay, I request every Toastmaster to incorporate this word into your impromptu speech. Thank you.
So first volunteer. Don't worry, everybody is going to participate today. Toastmaster Pritika.
The answer is not this all use Excel.
If your AI buddy keeps correcting your grammar out loud while you are speaking, how would you react? If your AI buddy keeps correcting your grammar out loud while you are speaking, how would you react? Toastmaster Pritika.
We all come here and believe whatever we speak is right. Whatever we speak, everyone agrees. Whatever we speak, everyone listens. But what if there is a mic or there is a speaker that telling me, hey Pritika, you did this wrong. And then, if that was happening in between your speech, I think firstly it will disrupt your flow of the speech. And secondly, the confidence. If someone is disrupting you all the time, before uttering the next word, you'll be thinking whether it should be correct or what if again the speaker makes the noise. And I think right now we don't have that facility in our Toastmasters Club, and I'm very glad for that. Or also we can think about the grammarian. What if a grammarian stops, hey, you did this wrong, stop, and correct it in your speech in between. It's going to disrupt it, right? Firstly, I'll be shocked, and secondly, it will break my confidence and the flow of my speech. Thank you, Timer. Over to David.
Next volunteer. Oh, sorry. Why do you think everyone should give public speaking a shot at least once? Why do you think everyone should give public speaking a shot at least once? Toastmaster Manu.
Hi Toastmasters, after a very long interval sojourn and my friend from my hibernation, I have rejoined this Toastmasters Club. Very nice to see all of you. It's a nice caption she has, Sandhya, Toastmaster Sandhya has, Saranya has given to me. Everyone, of course, should have public speaking in their lifetime as a short. You know, public speaking makes a person completely a versatile person, so that he can tackle any kind of situations when public wheels him or her with so much of questions. And prior to that, he must have some basic knowledge as to what kind of subject he is going to talk upon. And similarly, the public should time over. Public speaking, you know, fulfills the ambition and the objectives of the speaker, because he might have come with so much of thoughts, preparation, ambitions, and he wanted to, or he may be in a position to convey his ideas and thoughts in an understandable manner to the person or to the audience particularly. So he, before giving a public speaking, he must be able to analyze the mood of the audience. So whether the audience is highly receptive enough to receive his ideas, thoughts, suggestions, or his public speech as a whole. Public speaking molds a person. Now they have shown the red card. I think I am exceeding my time. Public speak at least once, you know, a person should face the audience and try to fulfill his goal. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your vision of public speaking. So, Toastmaster Monica. Next.
Have you ever tried the Ghibli style AI art? What are your thoughts on AI generated art?
Toastmaster Monica. Very recently, this Ghibli trend is going very viral. Most of the Toastmasters in the Instagram accounts are using that. Kriti posted yesterday using Ghibli trend. Before this became trending, Toastmaster John was using AI images and putting stories every day. And for me, when I first saw that Amul advertisement only came to my mind. I think that was the father of all these Ghibli trends. Every time when we see that newspaper, I'll be thinking, why it is like this? And now all the pictures can be changed into that Ghibli trend, and it's giving a really good vibe. Even the CEO of that trend which was going viral, he was asking all of us to go a bit slow. And what I thought was, if we are asked to draw or paint ourselves, we will not be doing that. If someone else is doing for that, immediately we jump into that and we are trying it out. And I haven't tried it still. I'm actually very curious to know how I will be, and today I will try that trend and I will post everything in the group soon. Thank you.
Thank you. We are waiting for the Ghibli art. Toastmaster Monica. Can AI ever replace the human touch in public speaking? Can AI ever replace the human touch in public speaking? Toastmaster.
This AI and computer thing is being there for a long time. For example, even in chess, we have a person-to-person chess, and there is a chess competition between the bots. I am not able to remember the bots' name. In chess, the competition is already over. Like we have a very heavy chess bots which can beat the grandmasters. Similarly, if the question is whether the AI can replace humans public
Helps in
speaking,
public speaking.
human touch in public speaking. So you mean to say if whether a robot can beat a human? That's what your question is.
There is a difference between humans speaking and AI speaking. So you can personally connect with people. That's what AI doing.
Okay. So when it comes to public speaking and humans, there are different dimensions in one speech. For example, we can emotionally connect to a person, but I don't think so we can emotionally connect to a robot or something. And we will have stories behind that person who is speaking. We might inspire that person. That is what makes a speaking speech. Let's say I am very fond of one speaker who's the winner of 2015. Again, I forgot because I am on stage. So this, I think, would be possible when it comes to what. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mani. How can AI help people to overcome the fear of public speaking? Can you please? How was your life changed since you began your public speaking or Toastmaster journey? How was your life changed since you began your public speaking or Toastmaster journey, Toastmaster journey?
So, good morning everyone. Good morning Toastmaster. So, how was my life before Toastmaster, joining the Toastmaster and now? Before that, I like to go to stage, but afraid of it. Now, I am in stage, doing something. It's always better than, something is better than nothing. So, right now I am doing something which is not bad or good, but still I am doing something and I am improving it. So this one, the reason why I joined Toastmasters, it happened in one of my office meeting. So where there was an R&D section for us, for trial and error we have meetings. So there will be a mentor who comes outside the company and teaches how to pitch sales, how to connect with the clients and how to do something like related to the investments. One of my junior colleagues, he asked, I have fear of speaking in English. How can I overcome it? She actually advised that join Toastmasters. Whether he did, I don't know whether he joined or not, but I joined. And I actually, that time I was planning to relieve from the job. So I was planning that I will join Toastmasters, but I will join only in Vellore only. So this is the way I actually get into the Toastmasters. As usual, I'm doing something right now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next volunteer. Mami. Describe your perfect day. What would it like? Describe your perfect day. Okay. If you are giving a topic to a ChatGPT or AI, will it make more personal or it will be a robotic? Toastmaster.
So recent days, I'm talking to ChatGPT more than my husband or my friends because it is giving me my daily routine, it is giving me my monthly budget, it is giving me how I can run the house and how I can run my business. So ChatGPT has become more than a friend to me. So to answer your question, ChatGPT or any AI tool that will definitely help to make your life easier. You can't rely on that totally, but you can't avoid. So one of my mentors used to say, no AI tool can replace human being, but a human who knows AI can replace you. So I think that applies in our life also. So in my day-to-day life, definitely I'm using AI to get ideas. Even though in Toastmasters, I'm using AI to do my evaluation speech. So yes, about you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mani. I hope with this we'll end this table topic, or is anybody else to participate. If you had AI that could write a perfect speech for you, would you still write on your own? If you had an AI that could write a perfect speech for you, would you still write on your own? Toastmaster John.
How many of you here have seen a series called Black Mirror? Okay, this Black Mirror is a very, very disturbing series. April 10th, the season 7 of it is coming. I usually don't watch series, I don't watch movies, but this is one series that disturbed me so much, and I'm waiting for it to release like anything else. I think Netflix. There is one episode in that where this boyfriend of a girl dies, and using this boyfriend's voice and his way of speaking and everything, they create a bot for her to keep talking to him. And later on it evolves a little bit, and they create a real synthetic made boyfriend for her, and he starts living with her, knowing from all of the carbon prints that are laying out there. This boyfriend learns completely on who exactly this is. This girl emotionally attaches to him, but at one point she gets very frustrated. She takes her to the top of a mountain and says, "Jump! You're not my boyfriend, jump!" And this boyfriend stands there and says, "If jumping is what will make you happy, I'm going to be jumping." And she says this, and the series came like 3-4 years back, okay? And she says this: "This is the difference between you and my boyfriend. If it was my boyfriend, he would have lied, he would have held my legs, said I will not jump or whatever, or come with me or whatever he would have said. But you are a machine that's saying, you're saying your happiness is the only thing that is needed for me." That kind of emotion, I don't know if it will come into AI soon. If they are learning, we don't know. But that is something that we have an advantage over, that extra dose of emotion over the AI. And I think even if AI gives me the bestest speech out there, I will add my emotion to it and make the best of it.
Thank you, Toastmaster John. Give me all ideas. If public speaking were your career, what kind of speaker would you be? If public speaking were your career, what kind of speaker would you be? Toastmaster Nandini.
Thank you. If public speaking would have been my career, I'm not a humorous person, but I like to develop that quality. So, if I about to learn public speaking, I'll definitely learn that quality, because I'm not that good at humor. But I can explore that when I come to public speaking. So that is one of the major thing, and and one more thing is my comfort zone. I'll become a public speaker in things that we don't usually speak, or we don't usually put our concentration on very basic things, right? So I'll take up that kind of thing, because we often run in our daily life to yearn for our family or to ourselves, but we don't give pause, and we don't be mindful. So I'll speak on those things to become more mindful. So people will come to that zone instead of always running behind something. They can go to that zone. So that will be the two things. If I take up as a career, over to Podium.
Thank you so much, Nandini. With this, I end the table topic session and I thank everybody who participated in table topic. Over to TMO.
What a perfect mix of AI and public speaking came together, no? That's awesome. That's one thing that I like about Toastmasters Saranya when she does the table topic. She align it with the topic and then she creates something out of it. That's awesome. So it's time for our third section of our meeting. The third section of our meeting is evaluations. And this is where all of us are keeping our antennas high and saying, what is the evaluation that I'm getting? When you get an evaluation, please be deeply thankful for the evaluation that you're getting, because we are in a world where nobody is giving you any feedback at all. Oh, there's a bookmaster. Should we do that before itself? Okay, so let's do the bookmaster before the evaluation. Okay, so I welcome the star speaker of the day one more time on stage.
Thank you. Good morning again, Toastmasters. This is a very serious topic, no humor but full seriousness. I have told you earlier that I have given up the very good habits of both reading and writing, which have been killed by TV and internet. With great difficulty, I tried my best to revive the habit of reading, but in vain. Thanks to the new app Audible. So I jumped on it. I subscribed to it 2 years back. But again, inertia, there are so many books I have in the Audible section, not one I was able to listen to. Recently, I accidentally, it started playing on its own. This book is titled Atomic Habits by James Clear. Accidentally in the car, the mobile got connected to the Wi-Fi speaker and it started playing. I was listening, I was really surprised that it is It is one book that you people should, because I am on the wrong side of the line, but you youngsters should read. I had read only 4 chapters, but I decided that I should share this with you all because it will help you build habits. And what are habits, what are basically habits and what are atomic habits, and how they will shape your success in future. I very strongly recommend. I was an avid reader earlier days. I had read all the novels of Sidney Sheldon and Henry Wallace and whatnot. But then it was killed by this TV and the internet. But this is one book which I found it to be very useful. So the definition of habit is an easy proven, the purpose of this book is an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad habits. See, atom is the elementary indivisible particle in a structure. The atoms make molecules, molecules make all the elements like iron, steel, whatever. So these habits also, they are very the basic ingredients for building up your success and career plan. So time is so short, and I was about to deal only with the first 2 chapters, but I think I will not be able to even do that. See, what habits should constitute is 4 stages. One is cue, craving, response, and reward. So you have a cue, that is trigger, which will make you crave for something. Then you responded to it in a particular way so that you get rewarded. So this is any routine or practice which is repeated again and again becomes a habit, and mostly it becomes automatic. Once it becomes automatic, you will be able to do it without any stress or extra effort on your part. So if you have developed good habits, then it will be wonderful for you to achieve your goals. Then lots of things are there. Since the red card is on already, I would still continue this whenever I get a chance, because I would certainly like to share a major portion of this book with you all, which I very strongly feel will be very helpful for you to shape your future. Thank you. Thank you.
Very
That runs very fast.
very interestingly, I'm an avid listener of audiobooks, and you know this four things that are there from Atomic's book, Atomic Habits, is something that works for my listening itself. You know what? Anytime that I'm alone in my car, I turn my car on. My car will not move without the audiobook turned on. So that's the cue, and I forgot the fourth of it, but it's basically saying when I do this, if I also do along with it, then that becomes a habit for me. Like for example, this is like saying only if I smoke I can go to the toilet in the morning. It's like saying anytime I pass through that road, I have to get that alcohol and go back home. So it's that saying when you tie that one thing to something else, you anyways do that. I anyways wash my vessels in the morning. While washing my vessels, can I listen to speeches? Anyways, I drive my car. While driving my car, can I listen to audiobooks? So that's like an amazing thing to develop your habits. Not like saying stop everything and do this.
One small interruption, sorry. This book is one of the, it will be the first top 10 books for self-development.
Yeah.
You will go through it. Like Good Dad, Bad Dad, then the monk who sold the Ferrari. But this one is the one of the first top 10 list.
Yeah. Evergreen, yeah, like from those.
Yeah.
80, yes. Yeah.
And the psychology of money.
Yes. Awesome. Okay, so with that we move on to the evaluation of the day. Without further ado, I'd like to hand over the stage to the general evaluator, Toastmaster.
First, I would like to call the speaker evaluator, Toastmaster Bani, for our speaker, Toastmaster Carolyn.
Thank you. Congratulations, Toastmaster Carolyn, for completing your Level 5 Project 3 Presentation Mastery Pathway. Please give her a round of applause. Okay, so Toastmaster Carolyn took us through a beautiful journey of how she joined Toastmasters and how she transformed in the Toastmasters. So in just a few minutes she gave us a beautiful story, and she made us to travel in her story. So I would like to start with what are all the positives or what are all the things that worked well in her speech. So I use this technique called SCALE, S-C-A-L-E. So the first thing is your structure. The speech structure is very naturally inclined, and since you speak from your heart, or since you speak from your experience, I don't feel like this speech was scripted. So it comes from all the way from your heart. So that's a plus. And the hesitation, the mentoring, the final breakthrough you had, all these structure was very clear and very good. And next C is the connection. You made a powerful connection in your speech, in the whole speech. When you asked some engaging questions in between, like why do you choose this pathway, and you ask questions like what is one important thing in Toastmasters, and you wait for the answers. So that way you connected with the audience so well. And the third thing is your articulation. We all know you're good in your verbal language your verbal usage will be so good usually. So, and your voice was very clear and confident. You didn't stumble anywhere, and most words were well enunciated, and your expression helped to convey your enthusiasm, your feelings, everything. So, and the L is the language. For me, the first thing that hooked in your speech is your title, the vulnerability and the versatility. So I think you hooked in the title itself. So you used very elegant transitions from one area of your life to, like when you said about the online meeting which we didn't attend, and from there how you transition to the offline meetings, and how your mentors and Toastmaster Bharat encouraged you to do all the pathways. Those things were so good. And final thing is your energy. Throughout the speech, your energy was so good, and it was positive and uplifting also. So one thing I would like to share is you can work on the storytelling area, because we know Toastmaster Carolyn is good at telling stories. So whatever role she take, she will connect that role with the story. So I would like to you to work on that storytelling part. With this, I end up my evaluation. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vani, for giving such a beautiful evaluation. Now I would like to invite our second speaker evaluator, Toastmaster John.
Okay, so what a very relatable speech. I would like to start with congratulating my target speaker, Toastmaster Karthikeyan, for completing his level 3 project 2. So the speech, what can we, I think there are a lot of things that we can learn from the speech that Toastmaster Karthikeyan gave here today. He came up with a concept that was so relatable, because that project itself asks you to take stories that are very relatable from the story bank, create this whole speech here. It was very relatable, and he started with beautiful, like he had a beautiful question. It was a reverse psychology question. How many of you have not traveled in a train? Immediately interviewing and hooking me, and the audience want to listen to what exactly he wants to say. Now, right after that, he went off to the data of what train is, where exactly the trains are coming from, and all that. And from that data, he beautifully flowed into the story part of our memories of trees moving back, catching the window seat, and sitting in the train, and all of that. From there, and he listed all of these gains there. I'm able to walk in the train, I'm able to do a lot of things. And then the structure went off to pains. So in hook and introducing story with gains and the pains. You see the structure, how it's flowing. It's very, very beautiful. And when he said the pains, the one thing that he did amazingly well was to compare those to the Japanese train and tell how bad we are. We can just say the trains are dirty, but comparing to what the Japanese trains, we can just say the trains are late, comparing to what the Japanese trains are. So when we compare, immediately the message that we want to convey becomes really, really stronger. And that is something that I loved about today's speech. And he used this beautiful quote about James Bond and the train. I think since this is about humor, I would like to quote some points where humor was effectively used. He said, so many latches and none of those latches will work. And he said, my Japanese friend clicked a picture of the toilet to show his parents that you actually defecate on the road. So there was one more place. The air hostess, like the headmistress of the. So that's comparing somebody to somebody who's completely irrelevant and making a joke about it. So humor-wise, he did this exaggerated, like comparing it to irrelevant things and making a joke about it. Second one is exaggerating and breaking. So many latches are there in the train, but none of it is working. And also talking about the weirdness of the Japanese friend clicking picture there. Those were the points where I thought it was funny and humorous. Most of the other places, we just had one big smile on our face because he was talking about all the things that we already have undergone. And that relatability itself is bringing in that happiness, sense of happiness, maybe not humor, but sense of happiness. How can we make the speech a little bit better? I would suggest that we practice the speech when it comes to humorous speech, practicing it and punching the jokes in such a way that you pause or tell it louder or whatever for people to get laughs is something that we need to be doing at least. Second thing is self-deprecating humor is something that is your strength. So if you if you can use more of that. We are looking, I think every time when you come forward, deprecating jokes is something that we are looking forward to. I think we can maybe make the best use of it also. All the best and thank you so much.
Now I would request Toastmaster Kritika to come and give her evaluation for Toastmaster Vani's evaluation.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Firstly, congratulations to Toastmaster Vani for successfully completing level 1. Let me go with the flow in which the evaluation and the speech has went by. Firstly, in the introduction, you have read the speech objective, which was perfect, and this speech is not a normal speech, which you give for 5 to 7 minutes. So in that case, it's the responsibility of the evaluator to make sure that the timer is aware of the timings. That we have to tell the timer, just show green at 10 and whatever it is. So coming to the speech evaluation. Again, firstly, the evaluator must say whether the speech objective is met or not. Because in the introduction you are saying that this is the purpose of the speech, and in the evaluation you should once confirm that the speech objective is met and the speaker is qualified. And it's always a good technique that you started your evaluation with a short summary of what the speaker has already spoken, because we get lost in the meeting, and it's a very good habit that you did, so that the audience is aware of what you're going to talk about and everyone is on the same board to listen to the evaluation. And coming to the positive that you said, you have used the abbreviation technique, which many speakers use in their evaluation competition as well. That was very good use. The one that you used was K, so that the speaker and also the audience will be able to remember the recommendations that you are giving. The first one is speech structure, that was nice, and connection was also good. Coming to articulation, you said that she was a good articulator. Maybe in that phase you could have given some example, so that for her as a speaker she can understand. Okay, this is the phase where this is a place where the audience like the articulation, so that she can able to use the same technique or whatever she did in the next speech. For the language, I think you have given the example that the title is very interesting and engaging. Like that, I encourage you to add more examples to your evaluation. And coming to recommendation, you could have given few more recommendations. It's always good to have some balance, because you have given 5 positives. At least you could have given like one more feedback to end with. And also while giving evaluation, you can also add what kind of action that she can go home and take to implement that feedback. This is one form of evaluation that you did, that's giving positives and then the negatives, or the areas of improvement. There are other type of evaluations also there, where it's called sandwich technique, where you give 1 positive and 1 negative. I highly encourage you to explore all the forms of evaluation that is available, or you can also create one for you. With this, you have successfully handled evaluators role very well. With this, I'll hand over to General.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kritika. Now I request our grammarian to come and give her report.
As your grammarian board, first of all, I would like to thank Toastmaster Karthikeyan, Toastmaster Manohar, Toastmaster Monish for using the word of the day. Then moving to the wonderful vocabularies used in this session: automobile, entrepreneur, synthetic, or atomic habits. I didn't came across any notable phrases or idioms during this session. Then coming to speech, Toastmaster Carolyn and Toastmaster Karthikeyan speech was delivered with excellent clarity and confidence. Finally, there were no major grammatical errors in this session, but some of the Toastmasters used the filler word ha many times. Try to avoid these mistakes. Thank you. Over to you.
Now I would request our R counter, Toastmaster Samuel, to come and give his report.
report on how counter report is. Before I going to say numbers, I like to special mention these 4 people: Pritika, Toastmaster Pritika, Toastmaster Saranya, Toastmaster Monish, Toastmaster Ranjita. These 4 people used very less than 2 filler words. So please give them a round of applause. Actually, I am wondering how they are doing it. So Toastmasters who used more than 3 plus of filler words were Toastmaster John, Toastmaster Vani, Toastmaster Monica, Toastmaster Manogaran. And Toastmaster who used more than 5 plus filler words are Toastmaster Karthikeyan, Toastmaster Carolyn, Toastmaster Nandini. Over to you, General
Now, I request our listener for today, Toastmaster Pritika, to come and drill everyone with their questions.
Thank you, General Evaluator. In life, it's always a good habit to have some healthy competition, and Toastmasters is a very good place to start. So today I'm going to throw out some questions. I want you to raise your hands. You should not say the answer. Let's see who is the good listener of the day. Shall we begin? So there is one rule. If I am talking about any particular speaker, that speaker should not answer to that question. Evaluators can answer. First question: when did Toastmaster Carolyn join Toastmasters?
2010.
You should not say Monica. Okay, we'll give Nandini raised first. We'll give it to Nandini.
May 23rd, 2020.
Nandini gets 1 point. Second, which job role Toastmaster Karthikeyan enjoyed? Toastmaster Vani raised.
Sales engineer.
Yes. Third question. What did Spider-Man say? Toastmaster John.
More response, more
Yes. What is the name of the series that Toastmaster John said during Toastmaster Samuel? What Toastmaster Nandini wanted to explore in her public speaking career? Toastmaster Sam.
Humor.
Yeah. Can bots win humans in chess? Sam. Yes, it was mentioned in Toastmaster Monish's table topics. By how many seconds Toastmaster Carolyn got disqualified?
2 seconds.
Toastmaster Saranya. What's that? The final question. What is the book mentioned by Bookmaster? So many people raised it. What's that you all can answer? How many of you read or listened to the book? Few. How many are going to start that? Very good. So the best listener of the day goes to Toastmaster Samuel. With this, I'll hand over the stage back to General Evaluator, Toastmaster Monica.
Thank you, listener, for coming up with a fantastic session. Now I request our timer to come and give her.
I came up with my report. Unfortunately, we have 2 disqualifications. Toastmaster Carolyn took 12 minutes, 17 seconds. Toastmaster Karthikeyan took 7 minutes, 27 seconds. In table topic, Toastmaster Pritika took 1 minute, 4 seconds. Toastmaster Manoharan took 2 minutes, 21 seconds. Toastmaster Monica took 1 minute, 16 seconds. Toastmaster Monish took 1 minute, 33 seconds. Toastmaster Samuel took 1 minute, 45 seconds. Toastmaster Vani took 1 minute, 15 seconds. Toastmaster John took 1 minute, 57 seconds. Toastmaster Nandini took 1 minute 35 seconds. When it comes to evaluation, Toastmaster Vani took 3 minutes 37 seconds. Toastmaster John took 3 minutes 36 seconds. Toastmaster Preetika took 3 minutes 6 seconds. Over to Bookmaster took 3 minutes 40 seconds. Over to our gentle evaluator.
Clock is fast. Atomic clock.
Today we started the meeting at what time? 9:30 sharp. 9:31.
I told you, clock is fast.
Our presiding officer started the meeting very well. Thank you for coming up back with the story. It was very informative and interesting, and we would like to hear more story from our Indian background. And the way you encourage each week is amazing, and the way you came up with a gift for Toastmaster Nandini was surprising and encouraging also. And if anybody else wants to give also, they are most welcome. They can come and give. And next, with the Toastmaster of the day, he came up with a beautiful theme. When I saw the write-up, it was amazing. From prompt to podium, AI as a speech buddy. How many of you are very convenient with AI? Thank you. For the at the beginning of AI and all, I am a person who refused to use those techniques or technology. Then later I identified it was some kind of strategy to avoid adaptability. Then I overcame that also. When I saw his write-up yesterday, I thought today I must attend the meeting. The write-up was inspiring. The way he used the speaker who brings it to life, the spotlight still belongs to your voice, was encouraging and motivating. The hook he started with, will AI replace Toastmasters, was really captivating. Thank you for sharing your strategy and upholding our Toastmaster mission as always, learning, sharing and growing together. With regard to the meeting, he explained all the 3 segments. He called the speaker evaluators, and the transition was very smooth. Next, as Toastmaster Ranjita as grammarian, though she took up the role at the last minute, she found a way to convince all of us. The way she introduced herself as a grammarian both was really admirable. Though she missed the word of the day, she came back again and she introduced the word of the day. That's highly commendable and appreciable, Toastmaster Ranjita. Then Toastmaster Samuel as our counter. Thank you for sharing your personal experience with us and making us realize the impact of using filler words, and we would try to avoid it. And he gave us all a very clear report of how many times we use those words also. We can take account, and in the next meetings we can avoid those filler words. Timer. Toastmaster Nandini, you explained the timing segment very clearly, and even though you said there are disqualifications, you made the audience very comfortable, and everyone was happy accepting their disqualifications. Your way of telling disqualifications was really convincing. Listener, Toastmaster Pritika, this is the first time, I think instead of groups, you asked persons to raise their hand and come up with the answers. That is really appreciable. With regard to the speakers, Toastmaster Carolyn and Toastmaster Karthikeyan, we witnessed an inspiring and an informational speech today. Thank you for coming up with such beautiful speeches. With regard to speaker evaluators, Toastmaster Vani, Toastmaster Pritika and Toastmaster John, you all explained the speech objectives, and first you appreciated your speakers, and the appreciation contributions and the recommendations that you gave was not just beneficial to the speakers but to all of us. Thank you for coming up with such improvisations and recommendations. Toastmaster Karthikeyan as bookmaster. The Atomic Habits book by James Clear. It is really the need of the hour, Toastmaster Karthikeyan. Even though we have started, I think we should all complete that book. And thank you for telling the about the Audible app. It will be useful for us also. Table topic master Saranya. She beautifully crafted all the table topics in relation to the theme, and she appreciated all the participants after they gave their speech. Before 2 days, if you ask me anything related to technology, even though if I know about it, I would not have spoken about that. But you clearly gave a chance to everyone to break our shells and come out of our comfort zone and speak about that. A very recent research said AIs and chat GPT can get depression very soon because of the feeds that human beings are giving it to those apps. So I would like to conclude my report with it was a perfect meeting, and there is only one consideration: please be on time so that we can complete the meeting on time. Over to the TMO.
Okay, last but not the least, are you all ready with your pens and papers to note down the tools that will be helping you to become better speakers? First, with respect to creation, if you want to brainstorm ideas, if you want to just like talk and say, will this work, will that work, what could be the flow, how do I do this and all of that, ChatGPT and Gemini. Okay, Gemini and ChatGPT is great for brainstorming. Okay, when it comes to copy, I have tried Claude AI. Claude AI is very detailed and it writes like a writer. It's nice, like nice to read. Claude, CLAUDE.
Copy.
For copywriting. Copywriting. So if you want content to be created, copy to be created, maybe brainstorm with ChatGPT, take that and put it into Claude, which will give you a nice write-up. Okay, so that's with respect to writing. Pseudo write is something that I've heard of but not used. But pseudo writes, everybody is saying, is also a beautiful writer, especially when you want to do creative stuff like story writing and all of that. Pseudo write is a tool that you could be doing. SUDOWRITE. Pseudo write. Okay. The Toastmaster side of it. Have you guys heard of this tool called Yoodli, YOODLI within the Toastmasters site? I think it's integrated within Toastmasters. Because like today I was sitting here and I thought I've heard of this tool somewhere. I think it's there within the site itself. This does a detailed analysis of your speech script and gives you a beautiful breakdown of how exactly you can make your speech better. It talks about filler words. It coaches you for speaking itself. It even like tells you details of your pacing, your filler words, the things that you can add, all of that. Okay. There is a filler counter AI. Ummo. UMMO. Okay. Ummo does filler counts. UMMO. This also I have not used, but this is based on what ChatGPT gave me. Okay. The next one is Prompt Smart Pro. Is a teleprompter that listens to you and it scrolls only when you read that particular part. I have a big, like I use teleprompter regularly, but my big problem is keeping that speed correctly. I will talk, it will not go up, or it will go up too fast and my speech will become too fast. All of those things will happen. This Prompt Smart Pro actually will listen to you and it will scroll up only when you speak. You can make a lot of things on it. Please go check that app. Okay. Now when it's about getting feedback, Yoodli, YOODLI. Yoodli is the app for us to get feedback here and do this. I would like all of you to use this and keep telling me how great this is. But there is one big logic. I was talking to an AI expert. He's part of my other program, and he says, whatever you use, you can go to different platforms to use more, but stick to one, because you will want to train that particular AI very personally for yourself. So even if you go somewhere, you can take that and feed it into that one primary AI. It can be DeepSeek, Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, whatever, and train that one particular AI for all the requirements that you have. So that AI knows what you think, how do you think, where do you live, all of those things, and it will give you very customized answers to you. Hope this day was useful for you. Looking forward, I'm slightly like anxious, nervous, and excited at the same time because we don't know what's happening, but still very excited about the possibilities of doing all of these things. Let's all do this together anxiously. Over to the presiding officer.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster John, for taking us through the meeting. It was such a beautiful meeting, and I'm sure all of us have a lot of learning to take home. Polls are out. Can you all please quickly vote? So next week we will not be having a meeting here. Half the group is going to Hosur, the rest of us are going to Chennai, and so I think Toastmaster Monica will put it on the group as to what time we are leaving and all the nitty-gritty details about each of the contests that members are going to. So next week we will not have our regular meeting in the club. I would like to call Toastmaster Manoharan sir to please come forward, and maybe you could share your experience of how your comeback has been. So this is, you can speak, sir.
Fine, thank you. I feel very much elated for I have come back to my original station. Yes, in fact, I felt very happy when I entered into this well-dimensioned, the hall with a very good dimension. Your word of the day. And the most familiar faces, barring those two, Toastmaster Sam and Toastmaster Ranjita. Am I correct? Okay. The rest of the people are well known to me, and I sailed with them together for quite some time. And then there was a big hibernation, which I took. Probably you would have heard of the polar bear taking its hibernation during winter season. So something like that, due to my personal reasons and other preoccupations that I had, so I had to give a big gap or pause to this Toastmasters Club, Vellore Toastmasters Club. I used to ponder over and brood over my day-to-day activities, whether I am spending my last stages of life in a proper way. Am I really making myself clear and make myself clear of the expectations that I would be having and my family members would also be having on me. So I used to introspect myself and felt that something I was missing. Then I realized one day that probably the art of communication and the familiarity with you people would be the most missing portion of my day-to-day activities. And in the meanwhile, I was unable to take a proper decision whether that would be right to take a decision and to rejoin the Vellore Toastmasters Club. I received 2 SMSs from one from Toastmaster John and one from Toastmaster Caroline about 2 weeks ago, though I did not respond to their messages very immediately. I took my own time because I used to introspect myself, and I always weigh the pros and cons and analyze things before I take a solid decision. So once I take a decision, I will not go back on my words. But taking a decision itself would consume a lot of time, my time. So this, of course, did consume a lot of my time and feeling bored at times. And I used to sleep a lot during the daytime. So then I thought I had to make a full stop to this kind of trait, which I will inherit, and my offspring will also inherit at least at this stage. So I had better rejoin and keep myself busy in one or other way. So in that way, I thought it over and decided that going back on the going back and rejoining the Toastmasters Club would be the most ideal and the best decision that I would be taking because it serves in several ways. One thing is familiarity is there, and of course I can still more familiar with you people and the future incomers. And so another thing is that another advantage is that you develop the art of communication. So nowadays I work a lot, in the sense I am keeping myself aloof from my own professional activities, for I served more than 36 years. So then I mentally made up my mind not to again explore that area which I had already explored. Now I want to explore another area. Before I have been carrying out the extension activities of my department for almost 2 decades through All India Radio Chennai. So farmers, especially in Vellore, once they listen to the radio and switch on the radio and listen their most favorable part, that is to the extension workers, that's a title, Vivaka Paniyalagalukku. So it so happened that one of my officers used to motivate me, and he was rather instrumental in taking me and placing me on the right path of carrying out the extension activities of the department through All India Radio in Chennai. So the credit goes to him. So he used to tell me, Manoharan, don't waste your energy and your knowledge and experience. Do something to the betterment of the society, particularly the farming community. Because we move with poor people and the most vulnerable section of the society. If I said this thing, you would get more interested and you would not leave it. With suspense, he started telling me. And I became very curious. Okay, sir, tell me, sir. No, the time slot allotted by the All India Radio is the most important time. You must remember. Then I asked him, I don't get it, you, sir. No, that time, particularly that time schedule between 6:30 and 6:45, because 6:45 all the state news will be broadcast through All India Radio. So that 15 minutes gap is the most precious gap. You know, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu listens to that particular part of the session of the program. So he always listens, and whenever we visit to see him, he makes a comment about that particular program. So your speech is being heard by not only by the farmers but also by the person who runs the entire state machinery. So you should feel rather proud in carrying out this extension messages to the farming community. Once he called me up and told, so I got overwhelmed by this. Then I decided not to leave, because once you attained that popularity and familiarity with the people, you know, and you just can't make, all of a sudden cannot make a low profile of yourself. So to that extent, I went to the zenith of the department, and now I have decided that let me keep my own low, profile in a low process or low level like. Because I got retired and losing contacts and touch with my own community people. So to fill this gap, I thought that this Vellore Toastmasters Club would be the most ideal platform, so that I can get myself conversant with day-to-day vocabulary. Now, if you come across so many words and you are not in a position to use those words, you know, it becomes a waste. Of course, you can lift your collar saying that you knew all the meanings of all the words that you came across. So I do not want to do that. So I want to taste the depth of the fathom of the language, and see that because I had an opportunity to visit Stratford upon Avon. That place inspired me. You know what I mean? Where William Shakespeare was born. I visited that place. So that inspired me a lot. So it made myself transform and see that if I could contribute something for my own betterment and to the society. So these ways, you know, by these ways I got motivated, self-motivated rather. And even now I am a voracious reader. But usually when I pick a problem with my wife, you know, whenever I see a new book, I would immediately buy that book. So this would finally end up with an argument or bantering with my wife. So which she is totally against me spending money, so much of money on books. So I had a very good collection of books. And whether I read it or not, I just wanted to be a bibliophile. Now I am a logophile. So I am now transforming myself as a libro-cubicularist. So I am a person who reads books on the bed. So I buy and have a vast collection. So for I thought this Vellore Toastmasters Club would pave a great way, and see I attain a very good, beautiful destination. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Okay, now we'll just quickly announce the winners for today. Best Evaluator, Toastmaster Pratika. This role player, Toastmaster Pratika, please come back. Best table topic speaker, Toastmaster John Pradeep. John, please come back. Best role player is also Toastmaster John Pradeep.
Host, yeah. Best speaker goes to Toastmaster Carolyn.
Thank you all so much. It means a lot. I have one more project. I've been procrastinating and I have been, not doing that for a long time. The Toastmaster John pushed me. Now it's not Bharat anymore. It's Toastmaster John. He's like, please do this, do this. And then he volunteered to help me with the podcast. I think shortly we will be playing it. I think in the next week after our contest, when we come back, we'll be doing that. So all of you have a fabulous week and all the very best to everyone who's getting prepared for their subsequent contest. Please join us for a group picture. Oh, sorry. I forgot to adjourn. Adjourned.